Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. You know, the first victim of a war is the truth. So that's the first victim. So they keep lying, all of them, left or right. In this case, I don't think it's embarrassing for this guy, which is Zelensky, but it's embarrassing the whole situation for us reading about it. Obviously he has a job to do and he has his own orders and policies and likes and dislikes. So what is this guy doing? This guy is saying that they're winning when they're losing. But you're going to say, well, what's new? The West has been saying that since February 24th, that Ukraine is winning each and every day. Had a little setbacks, but other than that, they're winning. And if you look at the map, you realize, wait a minute, where is the Ukrainian army? Oh, west of the border demarcation from since February 24th, 2022, I'm sorry. Anyway, Zelensky comes forth and say, well, the Russians are lying and their propaganda machine is in full swing, reporting about our army being decimated in the city of Soledar. And he says that everything is good over there. Those guys are lying. Now he says this today on the 11th. He said it earlier, obviously, because they're about, what, 7 hours or 8 hours? 8 hours, more than an hour, 8 hours. I think 7-8 hours before the Eastern time in the United States. So anyway, right now is, what, about 4:30, so that means over there is at about 7 hours or 8 hours, depending, I don't know, 7 or 8. And you find out what time is over there. Nevertheless, this guy, Zelensky, showed up at 7:23. At least that's when this was posted, at 7:23 p.m. their time. Okay, so he at 7, he comes out in the evening. So the day is over there, it's dark, okay? And he says, according to Ukrainska Pravda, Zelensky explains why Russia is spreading lies about the quote-unquote capture of Soledar. Buddy, Soledar is already captured. I mean, I've seen even Reuters reporting that, saying that, sorry buddy, you're out. But nevertheless, I understand why this guy is going to say that and why Ukrainska Pravda would say that. But you can repeat that for a while until you become really embarrassing. Or better put, more embarrassing. So let's see what arguments does Zelensky bring forth, okay? Now, Zelensky explains why Russia is spreading lies about the capture of Soledar. All right. President Volodymyr Zelensky believes that Russia is spreading false statements about the quote-unquote capture of Soledar and Donetsk Oblast in order, in particular, to support mobilization and quote-unquote give hope to the Russians. Well, I think that's true for you. I think you deny that so you can give hope to your guys. But after a few days, maybe a few hours, you have to come forth and say, well, pain in my soul, I have to report that we kind of lost over there. And anyway, I made 2 or 3 videos already where Prigozhin, the Russians, made videos with their soldiers in the center of Soledar, videos with Prigozhin in the salt mines of Soledar. That's kind of like, it's almost impossible to, you say, yeah, well, they're all made up. Well, you can fool some people sometime, but you can't fool all the people all the time. So I guess Prigozhin has been fooling all the people all the time lately because he wasn't caught with lies. As far as I'm not trying to absolve that guy because he's obviously a human being. That means by default he's lying, like all of us, more or less, all right? I don't know the proportion, but the fact is that we all lie, and will lie. I mean, let's be honest about it. But hey, I don't want to imply that you're a bad person here, okay? I can imply I'm a bad person, not imply, but depends how you take good and bad. Let's move on here. It's not about me here. Emil. All right. Zelensky said that in the video address, and I'm going to quote directly Mr. Zelensky. Now, the terrorist state, which is Russia, and its propagandists are trying to pretend that some part of our Soledar is an achievement of Russia. They are already presenting this to their society to support mobilization and give hope to those who support aggression. But the fighting continues. The Donetsk front is holding up." End quote. The president has stressed that Russian aggression will end only when Russia's ambitions have no other option but to be defeated. Or maybe your Western guys do not want to kneel Russia. Is there a scenario? Is it unacceptable? Okay, my bad. Let me bring it back. Like it's never been uttered by Weasel Emil. Okay, so let's see. He's not lying, this guy. He's just telling half-truth. Let's read and analyze his words. He says, pretend that some part of our Soledar is an achievement of Russia. Well, it's true that not some part, because it's all of it. So yes, if you refer to some part, that's unfinished sentence. You have to all Soledar. So you can say, well, I said some part, you know. Yeah, actually everything is taken. That's one. The other one, it says here, the fighting continues. Yeah, probably continues, even though the Wagner group reported with their boss, Prigozhin, coming and saying, we killed the last about 500 last Ukrainians fighting in Soledar because, he claims, they didn't want to surrender. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just saying what Prigozhin said. And probably we're never going to hear the other side of the story. But yesterday Prigozhin said, we will take those people prisoner. We are controlling Soledar. There are some pockets of people over there still fighting. We're going to surround them, and they're going to surrender. Now, it seems like none of them surrendered, and they killed more than 500, according to Prigozhin. And he says here, Zelensky, he's not lying, the Donetsk front is holding up. Yeah, it's holding up. You just lost Soledar, you lost some mines in Soledar and probably everything. It's holding up. It's not disintegrated. That's true. Half true. So, yeah, he's not lying like plain lying, but just to be honest, he is in charge of Ukraine more or less. He is the voice and the face. You know, even in this one, he's over there portrayed like he's a kind of like, anyway, cool little weasel. Anyway, here he is. Ta-na-na-nom, ta-na-na-nom, kind of like me. Anyway, I have to do certain things down there first because he is one of those and I'm not one of those. Anyway, so let's move on. Hey, you don't have to be one of those. It's for this. Yeah, let me take the El Canone and play a little bit of Paganini. All right, so move on. So here we have Zelensky. He has to say things like this. After all, he's the facade. He is a lot of people believe in this guy. For good reasons or for bad reasons. He is the leader of Ukraine perceived by many people. So when he says something, especially like with raccoon hands, you know. All right, when he says that, people listen, and he has to provide hope to his teams, to his team, to his masters, to whatever population he rules over at this time, and so on. The fact is, it's all dead, with face down in the water floating. Blah, blah, blah. That's what Soledar for the Ukrainians at this point. And unfortunately, more than 500 were... Sorry, but we're going to find out what happened never. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.